Today we are making 808's in honor of 808 Day. We're going to be using kick and ANA2. Let's get into it. What's up guys, my name's Noah, I make music as Haterade, and this is Sonic Academy. So today we're going to be working with two of Sonic Academy's native synthesizers, a drum synthesizer called Kick 2 and a multi-oscillator synthesizer from ANA2. So we're going to cover some of the basics for making a good 808 and what makes a good 808 and different ways that you can get nice characteristics out of your 808. So let's look at that right now. All right, let's start with Kick 2 because it's much faster because it's designed to make kicks just like this. You can hear this is the default preset. Pretty straightforward, nothing crazy. But we could pretty much turn this into an 808 instantly just by dragging this length. Now, for me, that 808 is a little bit high pitched and a little bit clicky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down. We're going to go from G1 down to D sharp or E flat, if you like. I like that. It's a little bit more grimier, and I'm gonna pull the that length back, and we're gonna bring the volume of this click down. For this one, I don't really want it that crazy. This is a cool function of Kick 2 right here. We can generate the waveform to see what it's gonna look like. Not bad. Let's go to the amp here, and I'm going to bring this up to have that sustain a little bit more. I like that. Let's reduce the pitch up here. You can hear when we reduce the pitch, it reduces that clickiness, which isn't necessarily something we want in an 808. It just depends on if you're just using only the 808 or if you're layering a kick on top of it. So I'm just gonna sort of dial this back here a little bit, and then we'll sort of shape the sound here. Now we can go down to our distortion. And we can select from a couple of different options here. I like tube a lot. Now let's try out a couple of different harmonics here. We can try and click through some of these. It was a little bit too grimy, but I like that direction. So I'm gonna pull the harmonics back some, just a little bit. I like my 808s to have that rumble to them. And then we can get crazy at the end with a little bit of EQ. I like to do my EQ post-processing, so we can sort of dial that in like just right for our mix. Usually what I'm going to be doing is processing the 808, getting it sitting right with the kick, and then processing it afterwards with some, highlighting specific harmonics here, or cutting out maybe certain high frequencies there, maybe adding a noise layer, which we're going to get to here in ANA. So I think that leaves it pretty good. We got a nice 808 here. Sounding good, it's beefy, the waveform's looking good. I think we're good here. Let's move on to ANA2, which gives us a lot more options, which is good. It just takes a little bit longer to assemble. So we're gonna sort of go from that same principle that we utilized in Kick 2. I have just one small little note here. It sounds like this. And it's on a sawtooth wave right now. So what we're going to do first is we're going to bump up that release, bring that down, that sustain. And what that's essentially going to do is it's going to allow our signal to go up real quick because we got our attack pretty much all the way down. So it's instantly going to max amplitude, and then it's going to decay down to negative 50 dB here where the sustain is, but it's going to release when we let go of that note. So now it's going to sound like this. Okay, yeah, let's bring that down. We don't need it to be that long. It's pretty good, I think. Let's start out with a sine wave here. So I'm going to bring this down 3 octaves. Even then, it's just not really, that's not really sounding all where I want it to be. But that's okay, because we have a lot of processing to go. Let's turn on our filter here. I'm going to go with an analog LP, which stands for low pass. And then what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to go to the G envelope here, and I'm going to create a shape that looks like this. Here, let's actually back this down. And I'm going to map this to the global pitch. And we're going to make it go real fast. Real fast, and we want it to re-trigger every time. You can hear, like, remember we had that click in kick 2? That's already built in. This is what's going on under the hood. You know, when we had that big pitch up. So essentially what we're doing right here. So we're shaping this a little bit further. Gonna go down with that to our EQ down here. I'm gonna reduce our depth here too. There we go. I'm also going to turn on rig trigger and turn down our width. Turn up that volume a little bit more. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Still not super beefy, but we're gonna get to that. Okay, so another thing I was telling you guys about earlier, something I like to do is add white noise to my 808. And if that's, you know, most of you guys probably already know that that's a pretty common technique, but if you never heard of that before, you're probably thinking like, what the heck, why would you be doing that? Well, check this out. So I printed out some white noise from Operator. It's just right here, just something standard. It sounds like this. Sorry if that was a little harsh. What we're gonna do is we are going to add it to our sampler right here. We're just gonna click that, boom. And then what we're going to do is let's turn down the volume here. Can hear it's all down negative infinity. Kind of adds a little bit of grittiness to the 808. So I'm going to put crossfade here, maybe loop start like that. I'm going to high pass all of those mid frequencies because we just want the sizzle on the top. Okay, I think that sounded pretty good. Let's give a low bump down here. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so I think we're getting close here. And there's some more things we could do too, but I think our last thing would be some distortion. So I'm gonna go to our inserts down here, go to our distortion, and I usually like to use tube or wave shaper. Let's go with wave shaper first. Ooh, and see, that's a little bit too intense. We could adjust our shape here too. And I'm just sort of dialing it in, playing it back, sort of seeing what feels nice. If you're looking up here in the corner at the meters and seeing it going into the red and you're like, oh no, it's okay. Well, listen how distorted this sound is. It's okay if it clips a little bit. We can clip it later too with using a glue compressor on the soft clip setting. It'll be fine. Right now, remember what we're doing is we're not really paying attention. You don't want to pay attention to meters all the time. You want to pay attention to the sound. Does it sound good? If it does, who cares what the meter says? Oh, that's pretty nasty. Remember too, we want the retrigger to be on, and we want the width all the way down because we don't want any phase issues going on. And I think that should about do it. We have a pretty solid 808 in ANA2, which took us like, what, a couple minutes to make? And then we got another great 808 in Kick 2, which took us less than that to make. So yeah, both of these really awesome tools for making 808s. And if you guys don't really feel like making your own 808s, we got some free 808s. A download link is in the description. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Thanks everyone for watching. We really appreciate the support from you guys. If you liked this video, then smash that like button. And if you want to be notified about new content, hit the subscribe and the bell notifications. Peace!